Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video we're going to be looking at the MoviChip Intercooler Spray Manager. So this product allows you to program when you spray your intercooler with water rather than there being a switch which you push. This product allows it to be a fully automated process. So this is the first screen of the app. We've got sensors, a settings menu, and we've got a code indicator here. So if we just open up the sensors menu, we can see that we can run up to 2 sensors into the product and also an RPM signal. At the minimum, it needs to have a sensor 1 and it needs to have an RPM signal. So the RPM signal is up to 5 volts timing signal. The sensor is a 0 to 5 volt input. So this can be whatever you want really. Map sensor is probably the ideal one, but you could also use a TPS, you could use MAF, you could use a temperature input. So those are the 2 things that you need as a basic setup, but you've also got the option of adding another sensor. That can be a 0 to 5 volt input, again MAP, TPS, MAF, temperature. When you've installed the product, the first port of call really is to go to the sensors menu and just check that you're getting a reading for the 2 sensors or the 3 sensors that you have wired up. If you're not using the sensor 2, this value will float, i.e. it'll be random, it'll be going up and down. If that is an issue to you, you can either connect that sensor input to ground, or you can just set the settings for that sensor at the max or the minimum, whichever suits you. So we can see here we've got 1000 RPM. We're getting voltage from the 2 sensors, so everything is honky-dory there. Here we come to the setting up of the threshold. So this is basically the settings menu. So what we've got here is stage 1. So stage 1 is conditional upon sensor 1 and RPM. And then we've got stage 2, which is connected to sensor 2 only. In this particular example, we have set the threshold for the sensor 1 to be 71% of the range of that input. And we've set the RPM range to be 2800 RPM. So when this sensor 1 exceeds 71% and when the RPM exceeds 2800 RPM, the nozzle will spray the water. This will power any 0 to 15 volt water pump and any 0 to 12 volt, 0 to 15 volt solenoid with maximum current draw of 3 amps constant, 5 amp peak. Again, we're not using sensor 2 here in this specific application, so we've just set the threshold to be 100%, so it will never get there. Below that we've got RPM calibration. So depending on how many spark signals or ignition signals we are getting per revolution of the engine, you choose 1, 2, 3 or 4. On this particular engine we are getting 1 signal per revolution, so we set that to 1, and then that will give us an accurate RPM reading for the unit. Underneath this we've got nozzle duration or spray duration if you like. So you can see here you've got stage 1 on time or 1.5 seconds, off time 31 seconds. This can be set up to 2 minutes between sprays and as low as I think 10 seconds between sprays. Check out the product page on the MoviChip website to see the exact specs, and the on time can be between 0 seconds if you don't want it to come on at all and 1.5 seconds duration for spray. So the stage 1 will be like less extreme conditions, so the water is on less, and then if we're pushing on further, if temperatures have increased or we are using extra boost, we can use go on to a stage 2, and then the stage 2 is connected to that sensor 2 input threshold, which in this particular application we're not using. But again, this can be set between off time between 10 and 120 seconds, and again the on time can be set between 0 if you don't want to use it and 1.5 seconds maximum duration. Because the stage 2 is coming on under more extreme circumstances, or under more temperature or higher temperatures, logically stage 2 would be on for longer, and or the off time would be less. So in this specific example, we can see that it sprays for 1.5 seconds, it's off for 31 seconds. As temperatures increase, we can reduce the on time to 1 second, but we can also reduce the off time, whereas in this one there'll be 11-second delay between sprays of 1 second. In stage 1, there's a 31-second delay in between sprays of 1.5 seconds. That's pretty much the product. Just to recap, the purpose of this product is to automate the spraying of the intercooler with water. We want to take that away from the driver. We don't have to have the driver manually pushing a button to spray the intercooler for a number of reasons, most obvious being it's annoying and it could be forgotten. Number 2, it makes the water last longer. And 3, we are only spraying the intercooler when we need to. So it's just makes the process of spraying the intercooler reliable, consistent, and it makes the water last longer. So that's the intercooler spray manager, guys. Like I said, more information on the MoviChip website. There is a link to this product in the video description. Thank you for watching. If you want to get more updates on MoviChip products and product developments, subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to our newsletter, again, link to that in the video description. Thank you for watching, look after yourself, and I'll see you again next time.